Hey guys, it's Jay. I just wanted to show a couple of my pieces. This is going to be 4 quartzite pieces I'm going to go over, and then some other ones made out of some other material, some other stone. Most of what you see here all came from the same area in Weymouth. I would call this the North Weymouth collection if I had to put these into a collection. Some of them are finds at a beach. I'm going to start off with this big, what is seemingly an axe head, a very blunt, old, looks well used axe head that looks like it could have possibly been on a stick, which would make this not a hand axe, I believe, but a stick could go on that and rest very well, although there is very nice ergonometry in the piece as well, so it might have been a multi-tool. I'm going to hold it in the other hand. And it does really fit well in the hand as well. It seems to be colored on the side. May even represent a buffalo. From this left facing direction, a buffalo body in his head. From this left facing or right facing, it kind of looks like a face, an eye, a nose, and I don't know if it's an animal or what, but there's multiple carvings on this piece. You got an X going through it right here, and it is quartzite, and it's got some markings on this side of it as well. So very heavy stone, very hard to cut, but you know, if this is, you know, anywhere from 20 to 100,000 years old, it might have gotten harder over time, depending on its conditions it was in. This piece here is another piece of quartzite, and some may see a little face in there, this being the nose, and almost like he's wearing a helmet, or that's just long hair or something. But I often see these long noses, or maybe the eyes up in here, and that's just their way that they express that piece. When you turn it, it can make other shapes and other creatures and other people. There's another person there that looks very similar to the last one. That one has an eye. You see the eye right there. Now this is a pink quartzite, and it does have a little bit of yellow staining, and the sedimentary material that it was in still on it. I try not to clean my rocks, only just with water in my hands. This piece here looks like a clearly carved out piece, and you see the front of it. Some of you may recognize this right off as an old chisel for carving through rock or even wood or other things. They'd hold it in the hand and then hit the back of it with a stick or a club. This looks like the striking end because it is a bit wavy. It does follow this wavy path like most of them do on their cutting edges. But back to this piece here, what do I think this is? I don't think it's for cutting. I think it's more ergonomically, it fits in your hand like this, and then you notice it comes to a point, and it gets thinner and thinner at different sections where they made their imagery. But they would also usually make them functional as well. It seems to fit really well in this hand. Even has a little finger groove, and that could be for hitting against rock as well. A handheld piece. So this piece may be very old. That's a handheld piece made out of quartzite, and this was something like what the race of people looked like back then, or one of them, because I often see different ones. I don't know if they're different time frames. For example, this piece here is not quartzite, but you can see kind of like a face there. You can see the eye, the nose, the mouth, and the hairline coming back. You see that? Isn't that? It's almost like too perfect. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. This also looks like some sort of like handheld, because it's got this notch in the back. Handheld chisel. The front of it looks like it's been worked to a point to cut through stuff, and so the back does too. And it's got this little, like almost like a bird's tail shape to it. It's thinned out in here to make it a point. So there's all this weight behind that one little area. They'd hold it and then hit it with a stick on this end to make their carvings in the stone, or to chip apart stone, or tunnels, or whatever. But there's a face there. If you tilt it this way, there's a face. There's a face on this side. There's a nose and eyes and a mouth and a beard. And when I turn it this way, it gets interesting because I see animals and faces, like a bird. And then there's another face right there on this side. If you can see it like that, it kind of resembles more like a baboon or a Neanderthal with that brow. So, and then there's another one of these seemingly handheld tools that they could have pounded from the back or just struck with their hands, and it sharpened up at the front to break through rock. These are all heavy hard stones. I'm not sure what this is. It may even be some type of like iron foliated conglomerate or something, but it seems to have a pretty good face in it. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of looks reptilian. In a way. It's really different in the camera than looking at it in person. And from this side you can also see what looks like a face and a nose and a mouth, and then the cranium coming up here, that perfect elongated skull shape. More notches in the back. Those notches are usually indications of them breaking this piece off of a bigger piece to make this piece. When they're on the back like that. Not always, but usually, from what I gather. And there's this other piece here. It's like quartzite, but it's got all these different colors in it. Now I get a bucket of water down here. I'm just going to dip it in there and we're going to see how that changes. There's different lines or different materials running through it. And some people say that this type of quartzite or feldspar mixes can, when they're deep red or iron colors, could possibly be petrified extinct animals or petrified whatever was around. They could be organs or fingers or toes or hearts or whatever. This guy here, he's got a little face in him. He's got an eye right there. Got a symbol above his eye, and then his headdress coming down. Similar to what we see with these headdresses coming down. This one and this one. There's one more here. It kind of looks like a weird eye and then a weird mouth at the bottom with a tuft-headed top, almost like an ape. And when you turn it around, you kind of get these different looks out of it. Maybe cranial features of something else. Sometimes it looks like a person in a mask. Or even a monkey of some sort, or one of our ancient relatives. But I noticed that one ergonomically really fit well in the hand, like this. And it had all the perfect little finger spots to hold it, and use this as the pecking end to peck into whatever stone that you're trying to peck into. And to cut through hard stones, you're going to need hard stones. So I just wanted to share some of these with you guys. Thank you.